Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Abe, Paulina, and Channel were ecstatic to see Salem citizens enhancing the town on Martin Luther King Jr. Day outside the Brady pub. When Nicole showed up, she informed Abe and Paulina that Holly was going through testing in order to be eligible for treatment in an Italian hospital. Abe mentioned that Paulina and he were available for Nicole in case she needed them, and that everyone was praying for Holly's recovery. Nicole met Sloan in Horton Town Square. Nicole said she was going to arrange for Holly to be flown to the hospital in Italy. Nicole was shocked to hear Sloan call Nicole's decision to travel to Italy with Holly wonderful. Sloan said she had said the wrong thing. A little bit later, Nicole turned to leave and stated how generous Sloan had been to let Eric visit Holly and Nicole at the hospital. Sloan stated that she would need to develop coping mechanisms to deal with Eric's unwavering concern for Nicole and Holly. Paulina and Abe discussed the significance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the mayor's office. Since Olivia had marched beside Dr. King in the 1960s, Paulina recalled, the least Olivia could have done was record a special greeting for Salem citizens on this holiday. Not too long later, Paulina started recording a live webcast in which she had a special message for the people of Salem. Paulina praised everyone who came out to contribute to the community's beautification during her speech and urged others to follow suit. May we continue to live in Dr. King's spirit every day, stated Paulina. Paulina's voice quickly became hoarse. Abe raised his voice to support Paulina as she continued. Leo arrived at the Spectator office and boasted to Chad and Everett about his comeback to the newspaper. Leo asked Chad and Everett for their opinions after giving them copies of his Lady Whistleblower piece. Chad pointed out that Leo had written about an openly gay African-American man named Bayard Mustin, who had assisted in planning the 1963 March on Washington. He truly was a hero. You may not be familiar with him since, at the time, many people refused to associate civil rights with LGBT rights or any other form of equality with the same movement, and regrettably, things remain that way now. Leo thought, as if there's only so much equality to go around. Everett suggested that the piece be published under Leo's name rather than the Lady Whistleblower byline because of the gravity of the column. Chad was hesitant and concerned about the backlash the paper would face. Ignore the consequences. His writings are accurate, truthful, and instructive. That matters more than the bottom line, doesn't it? Regarding Leo's column, Everett stated, Chad acknowledged and promised to have the article published by the paper. Leo was ecstatic, and the three of them celebrated by pulling Chad and Everett in for a group hug. Working with someone who you've had a conflict with in the past, finding a way to have common ground and move forward, I'd say that's in the right spirit for MLK Day, Chad suggested. Leo concurred. Chad gave Leo a shovel when he wanted to be off for the remainder of the day. Chad instructed Leo to join him in bringing the holiday's beauty to the park. After Leo finally gave up, he departed. Rafe attempted to console Jada at the park after she had been detained and coerced by a security guard and store owner to allow a search of her pocketbook. Rafe, they called the damn police on me. They added that 2 days ago, I bought a brand new lip gloss and put it in my purse. I was trembling. I apologize. I might just be so damn angry. I make an effort to simply let these things go, Jada remarked. Rafe questioned what Jada needed to feel regretful about. Rafe, because I'm a black woman, Jada remarked. I'm not allowed to get angry, as Rafe drew her in for a bear hug. To respect Dr. King's legacy, Jada told Rafe at the Brady pub that she had always worked on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I think that when you see an injustice, you need to do something, Jada replied. Jada and Rafe both agreed. Rafe remembered an event from years ago in which he had been in the market checkout line behind a white individual. According to Rafe, there were no questions asked when the white guy wrote a check for groceries. Rafe went on to say that because his last name was Hernandez, a cashier had given him a hard time when he had attempted to write his own check. Channel informed Johnny that she had also experienced racial profiling in the vicinity. "I saw this woman sitting alone on a bench in the square the other day when I was strolling around. Her handbag was by her side," Channel recounted. "She takes her purse and puts it on her lap when she sees me walking." Chanel pointed out that she and Johnny had honeymooned in Italy 2 years prior, and that racial profiling was a problem everywhere. Chanel claimed that because she and Johnny were an interracial couple, people had been ogling them while they were on their honeymoon. "When Mom was a kid, it would have been illegal for us to get married in many places in this country," Chanel stated. Chanel asserted that although society had made significant progress, there was still more work ahead. Calling for Chanel to come sit with her and Rafe at their table, Jad inquired as to whether Chanel had ever had someone ask to touch her hair. Chanel reported that it has occurred multiple times. When Johnny attempted to inquire as to why it was a problem, he felt ashamed. The first step to overcome biases, according to Chanel, is being willing to have unpleasant talks and ask questions. When Jada was in high school, she remembered that an unknown girl had come up to her and started caressing her hair without asking permission. According to Jada, it had been a micro-aggressive act. Chanel expressed her gratitude to Johnny's and her family for their support of their love. Jada recalled that her first spouse was a white, Jewish man and that her mother had disapproved of their union. Johnny mentioned that he had watched a documentary on Loving v. Virginia with Chanel recently. Chanel claimed that she had given up defining herself as a black bisexual woman because it was exhausting. Jada retorted that ignoring a person's gender or color was just as taxing. Thanking Johnny and Chanel for coming to see Rafe, Jada thanked them. Johnny claimed that his experience volunteering at the Brady pub was the most fulfilling one he has experienced in a while. Johnny continued, saying he thought it was time to think about taking a different professional route, and that he wanted to pursue a more fulfilling endeavor than being a filmmaker. In response, Chanel said that it all depended on who was looking at it. Paulina was live recording her program, Chanel mentioned. Rafe took out his phone to listen in real time with Johnny, Chanel, Jada, and himself. Paulina continued her address to the people of Salem while they listened. "Inclusion and equality ought not to be contentious. The diversity of our views, backgrounds, abilities, and creeds is what unites us as a great country and city. We all desire the same things in the end: success, health, and personal safety for ourselves, our friends, and our family." Paulina went on, "Those who don't agree with us shouldn't be avoided. Rather, we must study, love, expand our minds and hearts, and, above all, keep up the good work to improve the quality of life for everyone in this world." Paulina reached for Ayu's hand and added, "And when we raise our voices together, our words are all the more powerful." Jada held up her coffee cup back at the Brady pub and made a toast. "To Dr. King," stated Jada. "Towards the future," Rafe said. "With it to my mama," Paulina spoke. "To us," said Johnny. They all four toasted. Days of Our Lives spoilers hint that Tate Donovan Black, in the most recent version, is now a troubled Salem kid on SORAS. But Tate's life was chaotic even before he was born. He made his debut in 2015 and then abruptly made a big comeback to the city in 2023 as an adult. Tate's erratic life became considerably more difficult after he moved back to Salem. Everything you need to know about Brady Black and Theresa Donovan, two iconic characters, is provided here. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Who is Tate Donovan Black? After Theresa became pregnant with Tate in 2014, things started to go strange. We define odd as having been kidnapped by Kristen DeMera with the intention of stealing the embryo. Okay, so perhaps that isn't all that strange by Salem standards. Days in Our Lives spoilers. Is Tate returning to Salem, and who is he? To cut a long tale short, Kristen informed Brady that she was taking a piece of him with her when she had the embryo placed inside of her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.